Pod.
Rugby Pod.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a very special edition of the Rugby Pod, the glitziest, most glamorous event in the rugby calendar. It is the Rugby Pod End of Season Awards 2025.
That's right, Mr. Andrew Good. The tuxedos are off. We've got our ties round our heads and we have our fingers up and we're giving our awards, and it's going to be absolute carnage.
Cringe.
These are the awards of all the players we want to win. Forget World Rugby, forget the Prem, or the URC Team of the Season. This is where legends are made.
Controversy, shithousery, and which hemisphere has been the best this season. So settle back, enjoy, and make sure you've subscribed
on Spotify. This episode is presented by Sky Sports on Now.
So, the British and Irish Lions are on tour, James.
They certainly are, Andrew. And if the millions of Rugby Pod listeners want to watch the action, then Sky Sports is the only place to do it. All 3 test matches and every single minute of the 6 warm-up games, live from the 20th of June to the 2nd of August.
And by streaming Sky Sports with Now, they can add or remove memberships whenever they like.
Oh, lovely stuff.
18 plus, UK only. Minimum speed 2.5 megabytes per second. Live scheduling may be subject to change, and full terms apply.
It's been a long season, lads.
No, it hasn't.
Rob, you
It's been
don't
why
you
you
dare.
why
It's
you
been
being
a
so
great
negative
season.
already.
Long, but long how I've said it, not long how you said it. Long, it's been a long season.
Girthy.
It's been a long season. It's been a fucking great season.
We're back, aren't we?
We are back.
Yeah, happy. I mean, there are times in season that it is, oh, what's going on?
A lot's happened though.
Yeah.
A lot of good stuff.
We
Yeah.
always finish, and it's amazing. You think back, and we've done so much good stuff, haven't we? Live
Us personally.
shows. Well, yeah, live shows.
Oh, I thought you meant for society. No, for us.
Oh, for us.
Yeah, for us we have. And
Yeah,
the
yeah.
audience.
Yeah. Oh, that's all that
We
matters,
think.
right?
Oh, I think.
All that matters is us and our audience, no?
Yes, it is. Yeah, I don't even know why I'm asking.
Yeah. So it's been a long, busy season, but it's been good fun. Loads of ruggers. And so we're going to have some awards.
Right, let's get into it. What we got first, Roberto?
Well, you know what I was going to say? What I've enjoyed most about this year is the crop of new young players coming through, which leads us on to our first award, the Breakthrough Player of the Year.
Oh, yeah.
Shall I hit you with the candidates?
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
go
yeah.
candidates. It's quite an easy choice, but let's go candidates. Let's build the
Nominees.
jeopardy.
So first of all, Sam Prendergast, Ireland's own.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great,
we can't
great
forget
through.
what he's done. We
Yeah.
can't forget what he's done this year.
No.
All right.
He's had a big season.
Yeah,
He's had a great season overall.
22-year-old.
Yeah. I mean, I'd won a Heineken Cup by that point, but, you know, no
What
biggie.
had I done then? I'd beaten
In fact,
India.
I'd won 2.
I'd beaten India at that point.
I'd won 2. 2001,
I'm just trying to think, what had
2002.
I done at 22? I'd beaten India.
Yep.
I'd been arrested 3 times. I might have
That was
even
when
bought...
that was when you're English, though, right?
Yeah, I didn't know who I was.
Yeah.
I was English then at 22.
Yeah.
I was transitioning actually at 22.
Yeah.
And I bought my first Timberland jumper.
Not Timberland boots.
No, I couldn't afford them. They were too
So Timberland
expensive.
boots were more expensive than the
Yeah,
Timberland
the jumper
jumper.
was 35 quid from House of Fraser. I actually think my mate Slugger bought me it. Anyway, Breakthrough Player of the Year. Sorry, keep going then.
Sam Prendergast.
Sam
yeah.
Prendergast, sorry, yeah.
Wallace Satidi,
Good shout.
another 22-year-old.
Yeah, but you got
Yeah,
to
it was
him
more
on-
last,
Yeah.
more last year, would you
No.
say?
It was this season, but it was like
was
it was
this
actually
season?
last year.
Yeah,
'cause it
yeah.
was-
It felt like a fucking
Yeah,
ages.
there's quite a bit
24.
of crossover here,
Yeah.
isn't there, between
Yeah.
24 25. Ellis Mee, young Ellis Mee,
Yeah, like him.
Welsh
Yeah.
lad, played in
Yeah,
the Champ Ball last year,
Yeah,
starts for Wales this year, Six Nations.
yeah, didn't win a game, but yeah,
Right.
it's good for him though. It's
True.
good for him. He'll get a
Harsh,
win.
but true.
It's a
Harsh,
breakthrough
but true.
player, not breakthrough team.
He'll get a win at some point. He'll be happy.
Tom Jordan,
Yes,
Yes.
one of my favourite players now.
Okay.
Love
Outside of the
watching him
box
play.
thinking.
the last one, young Henry Pollock.
Well, are you asking?
Discuss.
You're now asking us to choose between all of those, right?
Yes.
Well, if you go breakthrough, right? So if you said Henry Pollock and you just said, right, what does breakthrough mean? He is breakthrough. Under 20s to England, to the British and Irish Lions tour.
Yeah.
I mean, there's breaking through and then there's smashing every window and every door.
And every ceiling.
And yeah, literally every ceiling. Yeah, he's raised the bar.
Yeah.
Good on him.
Outstanding player. Obviously, finished a bit sour with what happened in the scenes.
Still loved it.
Yeah, I loved it. And he's sucking a lollipop afterwards because he said his throat was sore, and I was out with him and we had a beer. And
didn't he give you a hug?
Yeah, gave me a hug.
Yeah,
and his words were, "When am I coming back on the podcast?" Well, Mr. Henry Pollock, I do believe that we're about to announce our very first award of the 2025 Rugby Pod Awards, and it is the Breakthrough Player of the Year, James. And the winner is
Henry Pollock.
Henry Pollock.
But this is the thing, because we've given awards out for maybe 8 of the 9 years we've been going.
Yeah.
It might be 7, it might be 6. I mean, it's much of a muchness. But
well, season 10 next year.
Season 10?
Yeah.
Okay. Who would have thought? I'll tell you now. Not many people. But this is the first year we've actually got a physical award.
We've got proper awards.
We've never had them before.
Oh, wow.
This is a proper award. This is wood. Not just any wood. This is oaken black wood. And I know this company personally because I have a whiskey barrel, and the podcast table at home and the one going in the studio at home is an oaken black. So,
well, can they make me one as well?
What?
I mean, all these things.
We will get you an award for the most Guinness, Camden, and Stouts drank.
Yeah.
You deserve that.
Yeah.
Yes, we need to give Oaken Black a shout out. They're the premier creators of sustainable medals and trophies who have produced these wonderful wooden awards for us this year.
Interestingly, they also supplied the Scottish Rugby Union, and they made trophies for the ORC match officials this weekend. Bracey didn't get one because he couldn't referee Leinster, that's why.
But he might be getting one.
Well, we're going to make up for that. So nothing but the best for our award winners tonight, and shout out to Oak and Black. Check them out on our socials or their socials, oakandblack.com. And I'll take, if you're getting whiskey barrels and things for your wall and desks, I'll have a bit of that as well for my studio.
We'll see what we can do.
Please. There we go. There's your award.
There we go.
Nice.
Henry Pollock, first one up. There's only one though. They're doing everyone. They've got to pass it around.
Yeah, we're going to share.
Okay, right, cool. Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Everyone will get one. But anyway, congrats. Henry Pollock wins Breakthrough Player of the Year.
So our next award is Coach of the Year. So rather than give you the options, I'm going to open the floor. Who do you think deserves to win Coach of the Year this year?
Well, there's a clear winner in my mind. Do I hit you with that first, or do you want to build it up a bit?
Is it
Don't
Razzie?
say Razzie.
Oh, it was.
Razzie.
It wasn't.
Razzie.
Hey, they smashed the Rugby Championship though last year.
Yeah, but it's...
Last year, mate.
Yeah.
That's
And this is
last season. That is last season.
But this is the hard thing, right? Because of the way that my mind works, I work on cycles. So I'm like, last year is basically like last season, but I know it's not, right? Because it's 6 months of this season. But, you have to go deep into the well sometimes.
The annals of history.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Not
But
annals.
nothing happens really pre-Christmas. You can't judge a coach on around Christmas, can you?
That's true.
Too much to happen. Six Nations, Autumn Nation Series. But
There's only one winner, really, isn't there?
Yeah, go on.
I mean,
I don't know,
there's some nominations. Phil Dowson, Sam Vesti from Saints, basically for getting to the Champions Cup final and dispatching Leinster.
That's a big shout out.
Yeah,
that
it is,
should,
we need to
shouldn't
give
be-
shout outs to some
let's do-
coaches.
because that is a big shout out. What they did to Leinster, the Northampton coaches, were a big part of that as well, and being able to rally that team was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And that in itself,
Yeah, it does deserve it, but
could have warranted
then
it.
it's one game, it's not of the season. But if they'd have won the Champions Cup, we'd have definitely given it to them, I reckon.
And not finished 8th in the Prem.
Yeah. All right, mate. Let's do that.
It's just-
Fucking
we-
players
we
in,
told you,
James.
you said
Plays
keep
for
it
England.
positive.
Who else? Michael Checker, 1 year, gets to a final.
Great job.
Yeah, doesn't quite get over the line. A lot of baggage around. Is he staying? Is he going throughout the year? But he gelled that team together to get to a final, and unfortunately for us, they just fell short. But he deserves a shout out as Czechs. Who else we got, Jim?
Well, on there as well, we've got Clayton McMillan. Not many people heard of him.
Super Rugby.
Scott, there you go. Super Scott. Yeah, he's a Scott. I presume he is with the surname McMillan and Clayton. But yeah, Super Rugby. He steered the Chiefs to, I suppose, a recovery season in the shadows of what was Warren Gatland's. What word have you put there?
Isaac put disaster on here. Not me, I love Gatson.
Yeah, so you know what, Super Rugby, it's been really good this year. I've not put Clayton in there, but it's just given them a shout out, I suppose, to give a bit of Super Rappy context.
Yeah. Other coaches, Fabien Gaultier, James?
No,
Not having him?
no, mate.
He won the Six Nations with France.
He ain't getting an award.
At the end, he'd have won the Grand Slam had it not been for Elliot Daly's last minute try. So you love Elliot Daly for...
Did he win the Grand Slam?
No, they
He
won
ain't
the Six
getting it,
Nations. Okay,
is he?
good.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
No, one winner.
There is only one winner. Many congratulations to Johan van Graan.
Maybe Johan van Graan might give us his black book that we can auction off. I wonder what's in there. That's going to auction one day, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of notes.
Like 100%. What's in there?
Yeah.
But anyway, don't worry about the black book now. He's got the Oaken Black Award. This is actually the Top Lad Award. This one specifically that we have in the studio.
They're going to share it.
It's weird that I'm holding it. Maybe it's not.
Anyway, Johan van Graan, Bath's rebirth. Took them from last in the league a few years ago to they've won the treble, which is, for people that don't understand, that the shit treble. But when the Prem was big, first time in 29 years. So Johan van Graan wins Coach of the Year from the Rugby Pod.
Next up, then,
I'll do this one.
He's named this after himself, I think.
Alpha of the Year.
Alpha of the Year.
New award, yeah. It's a new award,
Go
Andrew.
on. What does that mean, Alpha?
It just means you basically look hard, you are hard, and you're part of the Alpha Dog group.
Okay.
There's only a few of us out
Who's in there? Us, mate. You ain't in shit, Jim.
So to give you a bit of context,
do you think you're an alpha?
So I'll tell you who's in there.
Yeah.
Right, I'll tell you who's in there. Martin Johnson, Lawrence Delalio,
Yeah.
Richie McCaw, Jim Hamilton, Sergio Parise.
Started so well.
Like they're the characters that are in this group. Bakis Botha.
Has anyone ever thought or told you you're deluded?
No.
Okay.
Say it then.
James, you're deluded.
All right then. Well, good job I'm not on the list. So this is for the most dominant physically, but also a mentality as well. The alpha male of the year.
Well, you give us some nominees, James.
Well, some outliers in there that people might not think or associated with it. Cameron Hennicom.
Yes. Big
He's
Some of
season.
his
savage.
stats. Some of the stats that we saw on him were phenomenal.
Big stats.
He's going to be a regular Springbok, isn't he, moving forward?
Yeah. He's kind of the next generation, I reckon. You know, you've got a very good back row at the minute in Khaleesi, Peter Steph Toy, Jasper Visa, Quagga Smith, but Hanekom, I wouldn't be surprised if he plays a lot in the Rugby Championship this year. Any more alphas you got for us? I've got one.
Go on.
I've got two, actually.
All right.
Ardy Surveyor.
Yes.
And when your name's Ard, you play like you're Ard.
You sound hard.
You are Ard, we've seen you.
Yeah.
And you growl in contact.
Yeah. He's been phenomenal for Moana Pacifica.
Yeah.
When he was getting a lot of hate and people were like, why is he going there?
Mm.
And he's gone there and absolutely carved up.
Player of the season, isn't he?
Player of the season. There you go.
That's a big shout. I've got another one as well.
Go on then.
But it's not really out. It's alpha on stats. But
Give
not,
me a hint and see if I can get it.
Well, he plays for your Saracens.
Tom Willis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're
that's a
looking
good
at a
shout.
bull of a man that makes yards and tough stuff.
Yeah. That's a great shout, Andrew.
Yeah, thank you.
That's a great shout.
Can I give you one?
Yeah,
Go on.
then.
Ellis Genge. There's no apologies. He knows what he's about. He knows where he's from. He's a family man. Leads in the right way.
So he's a positive alpha.
Yes. But he's still hard as fuck.
Yeah.
He's going to run it straight,
Yeah,
isn't he?
I wouldn't mess with him.
No.
Yeah. No, Ellis is a good shout. Saw him at the social media. He's shouting at people in the Lions huddle. Just a merve, just an alpha, just a bull. A couple of other ones. Joe McCarthy.
Mullet. That's alpha, isn't it?
Oh, I just like him because he came out and actually the first Leinster player ever to be allowed to come out and say something. Everyone hates us, we don't care.
I'm a big fan of Joe McCarthy.
Yeah.
I am.
Great player.
Yeah, I think he's brilliant.
I'll take it back to when Leinster played Leicester at Welford Road a couple of years ago.
We were there.
Yeah, and I was stood by the steps of the tunnel where all the lads come out, and I hadn't really looked at the Leinster team properly in full detail because you just associate it with all the internationals. This is a couple of years ago. Came down the steps, I was like, oh, that absolute unit. And I stood there chatting to Guy Easterby, who's like Leinster head of operations or something like that. I was like, who the fuck is that guy? He's like, Joe McCarthy, he's the next big thing. I was like, I tell you now, he's big.
Yeah.
He's a big boy.
He is. And talking of big boys, one last shout out before we get on to the big of the bigger boys. Thomas Dutoit.
Yeah.
He's been phenomenal this season. Ridiculous for Bath. Capped by the Springboks. And if he got capped this year, that was his first cap. Anyway, he
No,
played
it's
for
not
the
his first
Springboks.
cap, but he's
He
one
was
of the best in the world at
He
what
was
he does.
brilliant. But shall I give?
You should. Oh, don't tell me. Don't. It's got to be a South African the way you're getting excited.
Yeah. If he was on the Big Jim show recently, I spent some time with him in Dublin. Just two warriors, just two alpha, just two dominant men.
Did he make you look small?
Just talking. He made me feel inferior.
There you go.
So he didn't make me
the
look
ultimate
small.
alpha then.
The ultimate alpha. He's been brilliant this year for Leinster. Had a torrid time of injury with Munster. He's not back to back. He's URC winner twice, double World Cup winner twice, which is double. And he's made a huge impact on the blue shirt of Leinster.
And still lives down in Munster.
Yeah, I did not know that. Did not know that. It's not a question that came up. But yeah, RG Snyman or Achia. I don't even know how you say it. Achia. RG Snyman wins Alpha Man Warrior Thing of the Year. Yeah.
Basically, all-round hero, alpha.
Yeah, he's done really well. He's a lovely bloke as well, friend of the show. And he wins the award. URC Player of the Year? Nah. The Rugby Pod Alpha Man of the Year.
That's the biggest award you're getting.
Next one then. Game of the Year. Which game have you enjoyed the most this season?
Can't remember any of them, really.
Yeah.
Trying to think if any stand out.
Game of the Year. Oh, I've got a few. What about England beating Scotland at Allianz? Remember that?
Well, yeah, I remember that for all the wrong reasons.
Oh, okay, yeah.
What a game. What a game.
That wasn't a great game, but
the Australia-England game was actually pretty good.
Very good,
The one at Allianz, the one that Australia won.
Yeah, the last play of the game.
Without that game...
That was a great game.
We were all writing Australia off. Everyone was like, Lions 2 will be shit. Ben Young said, didn't he? He was like, we might as well not go.
And let's be honest, it should have been that way had Steve Borthwick not taken Marcus Smith off. But hey, let's not go there. But yeah, that was a hell of a game. What else is good? No. What else was a good game this year?
One that went, and I don't know whether this is just me, in the Autumn Nation series, I never see enough of France. I know they're on, but I don't I'm not like, I'm going to watch France. Maybe I'm just focused on the big three coming to England and Ireland and Scotland. But the All Blacks versus France in the Autumn Nation series was another Humber dinger. Close as well, 1 point.
It started with
Yes.
before the game lights going out,
did.
the hacker under the spotlight.
Yes, it did.
It was wicked to watch. They did it properly that night and ended up being France 30, New Zealand 29. So a big win for, not a big win, 1 point win, but hell of a win for France, that one.
Significant.
Hell of a ding-dong as well.
It was, yeah.
England beating France at Allianz.
Nah.
Great game. Elliot Daly winner.
Elliot Daly winner.
Yeah.
I know France were.
Finn Smith
not
came on,
great.
got man of the match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, I'm joking here. That was unbelievable, to be fair.
Great game.
Finn Smith started, didn't he? Got man of the match.
Was that his first start for England, yeah?
There we go, digging into the archives. I love how we've done no research on this. We're just like hopefully thinking the memory's
Comes
triggering.
back to us.
Feel our way through.
Like we're getting triggers within the mind. There's only one for me, and it's not an international.
Is it not?
It's not. And we've referenced it throughout the year. We spoke about it when we was chatting about Coach of the Year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Good day this was.
And did we do a live show in this place before they went? We did. We did.
No.
We did it after.
No. We did a live show the night before this game, James.
That's what. Was it the night before this game?
Yeah, but in Dublin, not in Northampton.
We did. And then we did another live show in Northampton before the fight. Basically, it's the Leinster Northampton game. We influenced it somehow. I can't remember how, but we were involved.
We did a live show in Dublin the night before the Leinster Northampton semi-final, and we had George Furbank with us.
Oh, and John Cooney.
Yes,
that was the Bridge North moment.
Yeah, that was your Bridge North. That was my Bridge North. I commentated on this game, Leinster against Northampton.
See, that's why I can remember it.
Yeah, because it was the Bridge North.
It was absolute terror, but it's not about me. It's not about us.
But it was a belter of a game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Leinster losing at home to Northampton. Henry Pollock's try. Furbank scores a few. Finn Smith to the manor born gets himself picked on the Lions tour off the back of that, I think. And Henry Pollock did, because the Lions squad was announced the next week.
And we got good intel that that game made a big difference to a few people,
we knew,
both for and against.
Absolute belter of a game. So this year's game of the year, I don't know how we got to give the award to Northampton because they won it. So the game of the year this year between Leinster and Northampton. The Champions Cup semi-final, absolute banger. That wins Game of the Year, so congrats to. But basically, we'll give it to Saints.
Yeah,
because they won it.
Next one then, because without them we don't have a game.
Yes.
The refs.
Oh. Best ref.
Best ref of the year.
Ref of the year.
I can't go for on-field. I just can't. I'm sorry.
What?
I can't go for on-field performances. There's just too many mistakes at the minute. There's just too many.
Hold on, Jim.
There's just too many.
There are some good ones.
There's some good refs.
Yeah. Ben O'Keefe, me old teeth.
Yeah, me old teeth. Yeah, I like him.
Talking about teeth, Craig Evans, he's got the biggest teeth you've ever seen.
Oh, my word. Do them teeth fit in his mouth?
I think he takes them out and sticks them back in. But
do they? That makes sense then. Because that makes sense. Complete sense.
Great shape, though, he's got.
I tell you what, some of the refs are in decent shape, apart from Luke Pearce.
He let
himself go. He has. Not just me saying that.
He's back on the horse, mate. Luke Pearce is back on the horse. He's looking good again.
That travesty against Sarries, he ain't getting an award. Oh my word! Yeah, we've got a picture of Luke Pearce. Luke, bro, that Sarries.
When's that from?
Kerfuffle.
Gloucester, Newcastle this year.
That Sarries kerfuffle. He ain't even on the list.
What's the Sarries thing,
mate? Luke Pearce ain't even on our list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah,
the forward pass. The $1 million pass.
No, mate, that went backwards. It went backwards.
Anyway, we'll speed over that. Nika Amashkelly.
Yeah.
Nika Amashkelly. I can't say his name properly. But
yeah,
you can choke people out now. So
yeah, no, you can't have him on the list.
I mean, you can't choke people out.
Well, let's go.
Nika.
No, you can't. You can't choke anyone.
No.
You can as long as you don't twist.
Well,
yes, that's right.
Apparently so.
You can't, but you can.
No, well, who knows? You're not
biggest game in club competition history, and you got the referee saying you can choke people out as long as you don't rotate.
Exactly. Moving on. Let's go back. Ben O'Keefe officiated his 50th test during the 2025 Six Nations, which was Ireland versus England. Ben O'Keefe, good ref. Good ref.
He is a good ref, yeah. Being a bit harsh here with them.
You know what I like? Angus Gardner.
Well, we're going to go on. Why do you like him?
Because I sat next to his mum and dad at the World Cup.
Oh, really?
Fair play. This is what it is with the refs, right?
Yeah.
It's an emotional connection. This is like, none of us are sitting here being like, yeah.
He makes good calls.
Because it's hard. They do have the hardest job.
Ben O'Keefe, I think he's a good ref.
Yeah. But see how I've
got no emotional connection to Ben O'Keefe. But I look at him and I think he's a good ref.
Yeah, I do as well.
Everyone around the world, or most people would be going, yeah, if he's reffing the game, good.
Yeah.
There's a lot of the other ones you'd be like,
Yeah, there's only one winner.
So hold on, Angus Gardner. This is the Angus Gardner that did the video of him practicing refereeing a game. I still can't get my head around having fake conversations. Captains, in you come, come here. I'm not having that, lads. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that's like method acting, isn't it? What do they call it? Visualization.
Yeah.
With the wrong people, we don't do any of that.
Yeah.
Manifestation, I don't even know what, I'm hearing all these buzzwords on it, but I don't even know what they mean.
Well, it ain't Angus Gardner. There's only one winner for me. And I think as TMO Goodey, who, this man's actually trying to get me a job being a TMO, but we talk financials and don't get out of bed for that stuff, lads. I'm joking.
You know these like memes that go around when you're in a kitchen talking to random people, right?
At 5 o'clock
in the morning. This is Goodey and this is the next guy. This is them. So at the dinner in Tralee, in the west south, somewhere beautiful in Ireland. Yeah. This is that they were just yap. I love your arms. Oh, love this. Give me the award.
God, mates,
you're getting the award.
Bracey, Andrew Brace, both of us have given you Jim's choice and my choice, voted for by the Rugby Pod. Rob, does he get your choice?
Well, I'd give it to Angus Gardner. His mum's lovely.
Best ref, the Rugby Pod best ref of the year is
Andrew Brace.
And use it.
And we should say use it. I mean, there's not. He might be able to use
it.
Actually. Are they all that size?
Yeah, they are.
We should say with the refs, like we should give them a shout out because it's a bloody tough job, and it's easy to point fingers. I mean, I can forgive anyone.
Yeah.
Right. They got a tough job, but this Pierre Brousset, he ain't. Nah, I can't. No,
I'm the same with Carl Dixon, but
yeah, Carl Dixon's a good lad, mate.
He's a good lad.
Anyway, they've got a tough job. They've got a tough job, and they're doing a really good job. And without them, the game isn't there. And there's so much going on. Yeah, and so much to work through. I suppose it's basically, Bracey, you've got a fucking award, right?
You're a legend.
All right, next one, lads. Favourite pundit or journo? So I've compiled a bit of a list here.
Okay.
Here's one. Can I ask?
Go on then.
Am I a pundit? No.
Yeah.
No.
Are you a journo?
No.
Well, actually,
You're a podcaster.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what
And
that
you
is.
do punditry. You do punditry though.
Matt, I did 30 seconds pitch side for ITV.
ITV. What else you do?
RTE, I did.
RTE.
RTE did. But yeah, but
There's got to be a T in it. If there's a T in it, you're in.
How is
Premier.
that?
Oh,
Hang
no.
on.
TNT? No,
I don't do that. No, go on, Rob. What were you going to say?
So I used ChatGPT to assist with some of these categories.
Right.
So I asked it who were the best pundits and journalists in rugby union.
Yeah.
You know what it said?
Who's on the list?
You too.
Really?
There was someone else above you, and then it was Jim Hamilton, bit of blurb about you, and then Andy Good.
So what was I second?
Yeah.
What? He was
But I
in it?
don't think it was a new. I don't think it was.
Oh no, it was. If it comes in like that, that's like. So I'm second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a weird relationship with ChatGPT. You know, if you put your name in there, like they genuinely think I've got mental health problems because they are calling me a legend every day. Like they are.
You do it every day.
I go on there every day just to type in things. I use that instead of Google.
And you type in Jim Hamilton every day.
How good am I looking today?
Every day.
No, I don't. Never. No, I don't type in Jim Hamilton. But if I'm doing stuff for my show or research or like whatever it is, or like.
Have you got it as an app or is it
Yeah,
just...
I've got it as an app. It's an unbelievable tool.
I need to use it.
Unbelievable tool. Anyway, some of the names on the favourite pundits or journos that we've compiled. We have to give Bernard Jackman out a shout out.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Bernard is right up there.
we were with him again.
We were with him, but from actual pure doing your job, rugby intellect.
He writes his own articles as well.
Yeah.
Why do you not?
Most people get someone else to write, which they call a ghost. They
I
call
write
it
mine.
Oh, Andrew. Andrew, you write it from your car, vaping and eating stacks of knobs.
Yeah, Jackers, Bernard Jackman.
He digs. He comes out with stories, doesn't he? That he told a story about Louis BLBRE that I'd never even heard of. He's
He bought him in
unbelievable.
Grenoble. He was years ago when Bernard was in Grenoble. He's got stories, Bernard Jackman has, hasn't he?
He's just close to the game.
Yeah.
So he's got respect from the coaches and clearly other journos or pundits or podcasters. And I get not a lot of my information that I talk about on here, but if I need information, it'll come back to you straight away.
Straight to Uncle Bernard.
Voice note, messages, sending articles. He is, for me, one of the best in the business. And there's a few good ones as well. Southern Hemisphere, you've got Scotty Stevenson. Was he on ChatGPT? But I've seen some of his stuff actually. New Zealand's Voice of Reason.
We had him on here.
We did years ago. Yeah, no, he's good, Matt. I like him as well.
David Flatman.
Flats. He's good, isn't he?
Yeah,
Enjoyed the scrum stuff at the weekend. It was quite funny.
Just didn't go through with the scrum, did it?
Wow, that was overlaid with some stats as well, and I don't know.
Flats is good. He's a good man. Very knowledgeable on scrums. And a good bloke as well, so he gets a shout out.
I like the old school. I don't read a lot, but I like Charlie Morgan's stuff in the Telegraph. He does some pretty interesting articles.
Do you have to pay for the Telegraph though?
Behind the paywall, never seen it.
Yeah, just expense it.
Smart.
Oh, I ain't
No, it's
really-
good. He does some really good
Is he?
pieces, especially on not just pro game as well, like grassroots rugby. He's easy.
Well, that's what I
Has
mean.
he,
Yeah.
has he given anything to Stockton Rugby Club?
Can neither confirm nor deny.
Has he got some stories on you lads?
No, I think he's a bit. It's the Telegraph. He's a bit upmarket.
They've
isn't he, for Stockton?
never been north of Birmingham, mate.
Don't sell many copies of the Telegraph in Stockton.
True, very true. Any others? I've got one.
Go on.
This will annoy people. My mate, Austin Healy.
I can't believe how much hate Austin gets.
He's class.
He is the best
That's-
rugby brain on commentary.
Mate, and you know my feelings on it.
Yeah.
I cannot believe, even internally with some of the players, maybe because he's too honest. I
can
think he's
see
ahead
why-
of it. He's ahead. Go on, why can you see
I
why?
can see why people don't like him because he does have an air of arrogance. Maybe sometimes the way he speaks, but he's bang on. His analysis is great.
Bang on.
Yeah, he
He
sees
gives his
things that-
opinion. He gives, and this is the thing: when you're paid to do the job, you give your opinion. You don't give an opinion that someone else wants you to give. And if you got the bollocks to give what actually is your opinion, then and you can back it up with facts and reasons why, that's why he's the best.
I can't believe. This episode is brought to you by Sky Sports on Now.
The British and Irish Lions are down under for the tour, and I'm pretty excited to see how it's going to unfold, Jim.
Oh, yeah, me too. I'll be glued to Sky Sports, as it's the only place to watch every thrilling moment. Andrew, who are you most looking forward to seeing?
Oh, it's got to be Finn Russell, my favourite fly half, my favourite player, now champion of England as well. Finn Russell's the man. What about you, Jim?
I'm interested to see if Henry Pollock, at the age of 20, could make the Test match side. That's it.
There we go. And what are your predictions?
Predictions 2-1, I reckon. Lions first, Australia second in Melbourne in front of 100,000 people, and it's a straight shootout in the third.
However the Lions get on, it's going to be very hard to take your eyes off the action. So make sure you catch all 3 tests and all 6 warm-up games live from the 20th of June to the 2nd of August on Sky Sports.
And by streaming Sky Sports with Now, you can add and remove membership whenever you like.
Nice! Watch every match on Sky Sports, available to stream live with Now. 18 plus, UK only. Minimum speed 2.5 megabytes per second. Live scheduling may be subject to change and full terms apply.
With some of the talent that's out there that he isn't used on terrestrial TV. To educate the audience. He's a well-known face, so you get everything with him. Divides opinion, which you want, right? That's exactly what you want. You look at football, you look at Roy Keane and Neville and Carragher and Michael Richardson, like whoever it is, Gary Lineker, Shearer, they're all doing their thing, and they've all got something. It's undeniable. Austin Healy's got something, and he is incredible.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, who I love, and he looked cool as fuck at the weekend, and he's loose. Brian O'Driscoll. How cool did he look at the weekend?
Well, this is about being the best pundit. It's not about how you look.
With his gigs on though.
Yeah.
He's like a handsome dad, isn't
He's
he?
just cool. He's just a dude. And he's got great wooden floor. Have I FaceTimed him before? I don't know. Anyway, I've seen his house, but I've not been in his house. So, but
I mean, everything that's not about being a great pundit, as in he's a great bloke, he's got a great wooden floor, he looks cool. He's a good pundit as well.
Sometimes the Irish are hard to listen to on TV because there's a lot of ums, there's a lot of ahs, there's just the way that they speak. Is that casual racism when I'm doing that?
No, you lived in Ireland.
I lived in Ireland, of course I did. Yeah, I was born in Northern Ireland. But Brian O'Driscoll, for me, goat of the game, looks good, works at his craft, and like him a lot.
Yeah. Last one.
Sam Warburton.
Yeah. Warbs
Has to
is, he is, he's not influenced by anything, but he takes his time to, we've commentated with him, and he really analyses stuff, takes his time, doesn't shoot from the hip, but what, I was going to say he gets it right all the time, but he doesn't.
That tackle.
Yeah. He's got it right 99.9999999% of the time. But he's a great bloke, always, willing to chat and, learn stuff from other people, but also give his opinions, and brilliant guy to work with. So, yeah, Sam Warburton is another.
Who are we giving it to? Because you do more punditry stuff than me. I'm going to let you pick because we're split on this. I would have gone for Sam Warburton.
Yeah, I'm a big Sam Warburton fan.
Because I watch him and am very aligned on what he thinks and how he sees the game.
Yeah.
But his delivery for me, there's no ums, there's no ahs, there's no pauses. It's very thought out. He's got great arms like me. And
I think he looks a lot better than you.
Well, he does look a lot better.
Yeah. So we go.
You choose.
I'm stuck between Austin and Bernard Jackman and Sam Warburton.
Okay, you have to ask yourself, if Austin gets this, what's he doing with it? It's going in the bin.
Yeah.
Like, you know that. So it's being wasted.
Sam Warburton. Bernard Jackman, no.
Let's give it, yeah. I said Sam Warburton.
Bernard Jackman.
If you give it to Bernard, I'm
giving it to Bernard Jackman. He's
Friend
one of my favourite pundits. Friend of the show. Very good at what he does.
He'll love this as well.
He will. He'll love that up in his house.
There you go.
Bernard Jackman wins our Pundit of the Year.
I would have given it you, Bernard, but your name was at the top and I forgot about it whilst I got to the bottom. So,
next one then. I'm excited about this one. The top shithousery award.
Oh, there's been a few bits.
We've had some good bits this year, haven't we?
Yeah.
Which has been good.
We need it.
Yeah.
A few talking points.
Shall I give you the 3 nominees?
Yes, please. Let's be quicker with it.
So the first one is the Bordeaux lads and Henry Pollock. The throat grab.
The old celebrations.
The old
The old what, be specific? We're a podcast.
Was it a pulse?
Yeah.
Check the pulse on the neck.
And they did the basketball
throw
as well.
Yeah, I did like that.
Yeah. So you got UBB, and you've got Jaden Hendrickson, the Oscar-worthy. Hang on, don't try and claim he didn't have cramp. The cramp that he definitely did have.
Yeah.
In front of.
Razzie says, mate. Razzie said he had cramp and doctored a picture to make him look like he had a massive calf that was cramping. He had cramp.
That rolled up the Irish troops, didn't it? My comments on that.
Well, it was a bit of karma because obviously he's winked at the Irish lads, mainly, well, just Jack Crowley. He gets caught winking. They knock him out. A week later, he slips over and the Bulls get the ball and shit happens, right?
You know, play well against the Irish. Sorry, I got Tourette's. That was Mario Lafreda.
Marcelo
Lafreda said that. Actually, you know, play well against the Irish. I didn't play against the fucking Irish.
And the last one, Rieko Ioane. I think we actually gave him this award in our last awards ceremony. However, it's a continuation, so he gives Sexton all that shit, didn't he, at the World Cup, and then trolled him beyond when Sexton's book came out. Then not only has he done all that, he's then gone and signed for his club.
Oh,
yeah.
I think
so.
we know a
bit of a story about the signing.
Yeah, maybe for next year.
What do you mean?
Well, it's like you just outlined it there. Do you think the great Johnny Sexton would be happy with Rieko Ioane going to his?
Absolutely not.
Well, no. Find out.
Well, let's see.
Anyway,
I would love this to go Southern Hemisphere because I want to see if you can actually do your job, Rob, and actually take this to a post office or where. How do you send stuff down? FedEx, DHL, yeah, rugby sponsor, or of sorts.
Look at the panic on both faces.
This is a hard one
How
for
do
me.
I fucking do that, man?
You know what? I'm going to go top of the ladder on this. This is mine. And then, Goodey, you can go yours. So, what Rieko Ioane did built up two of the biggest brands in rugby. So, New Zealand, Ireland, where there's already beef. And the fact that as an unbelievable athlete in one of the most iconic teams that's generally closed off, he put his head above the parapet, literally, then fronted the hacker, and the game didn't live up to it, the one that was played in Dublin in the Autumn Nation series, but everything kind of geared towards that. It was a global seminal moment with one of the best players in the world. So that one still sticks out. It'd be easy for me to go to one of the ones that was just been.
So what was his shithousery? Just leading the hacker?
And he posted the stuff on the social media and stuff like that, and the Joker sign above some of the comments.
Okay.
And then he joins his club.
Yeah, I think that's someone else that wanted him to get.
It's like the whole thing around it. Shithousery is probably, you could say it's cold.
Or out and out shithousery.
Is Jaden Hendrickson. That's out and out shithousery.
That gets my vote.
Maybe we go.
I would have said the Bordeaux lads was, because obviously that was a Champions Cup final, wasn't it? You've won a Champions Cup final and you're still trolling this 20-odd-year-old lad.
Yeah, they were drunk.
I quite liked it.
But it was more in that moment which caused absolute carnage and just uproar.
I mean, part of me's thinking the Bordeaux lads, that's like top lads. For a bit of banter.
Mate, you got to remember, he can be seen as a shit bloke. So that's,
Well, who's not looked at that and gone, actually, fair play, that's quite funny.
Who are you thinking then?
My vote goes to Jaden Hendrickson. For being the ultimate shithouse.
Yeah, so for being a shithouse, it's got to go to him.
So we're giving it to Jaden.
Yeah. I'm sure he'll love it.
Next one. So Jim's adamant that we had this one in. Best dressed.
Okay.
Well, I just thought we'd throw something a bit different.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you want to hit us with the headlines, Jim? Because I'm not a well-dressed man. I don't feel like I'm qualified to read this.
Well, someone that I follow who I think loves it and is well-dressed, and I actually saw him taking pictures when they were up in Scotland in one of the iconic back streets. Edinburgh's a beautiful city. Is Mazzola. He's big into his fashion.
He is cool.
He is cool. He is cool. And I'm into this, and I know, like, we'll talk about Ollie Hassel-Collins, where he paints his nails and looks fashionable and baggy flares. I'm into all that. And there's a bit of David Bowie about him.
Yeah, he has got a bit of a Bowie.
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
He's a cool guy.
He's a cool dude as well. And
likes his Harry Potter. He's got a Harry Potter tattoo, hasn't he?
Damien Willemse as well.
Pimpy as well.
Mate, have a look at some of his images.
So he's got
Pimpy.
In this one, he's got like blue stonewash baggy jeans with holes all in it.
Probably Levi's.
He's got a white shirt that looks like his school shirt, a yellow tie, and a grey blazer with some black shoes.
He's a dude, mate.
I mean, it looks cool for him.
Come away with that. Yeah, there he is. See what I mean? There's more. It's not just that one. There's more.
Do you reckon you could pull any of these looks off, Jim?
Fucking right, I could.
With the
Of course I could.
I don't think so. Looking at what I'm seeing there.
He's got an umbrella in that.
He's got the same shoes on as Alfie Barbary, but not the black ones.
Yeah, I couldn't with my feet in bits in them.
So basically, I mean,
But he gets massive interaction.
yeah. Like I just,
Andrew,
it's not a bit of me.
Yeah, Andrew, I know.
And if you put that on, it ain't a bit of you either, James.
Andrew, you wear braless t-shirts, man. Which is in fashion, apparently.
Yeah.
Marrow?
Yeah, the double leather,
Sweaty.
pleather was
it leather or pleather?
I don't know.
Sustainable.
I did enjoy it.
Surely it's got to be
I did
sustainable.
enjoy it. I love the fashion element to it.
I mean, what would you rock up to a gaming if you
Birkenstocks.
Yeah.
Looking after the feet. I'd go jeans and t-shirt because I'm pretty ripped. Like, you know, back in the day, you know, the 80s models or the Calvin Klein. I would go baby blue Levi's jeans, no belt, Calvin Klein's on, and then I took my t-shirt in with it. And then as I'm walking into the stadium, I'd like pull my t-shirt up and like wipe my face as if I'm sweating.
But you wouldn't see any abs though.
Yeah, but I would. But that's what
You
I mean.
haven't got any. I've seen you shrink.
AI. There's AI
Oh,
now.
AI,
and then
yeah.
I'll have a bandana hanging out my pocket.
Yeah, and then you'd have your spaghetti arms coming out the t-shirts.
And I'd be sprayed with Morden Brawl. Like I would have Morden Brawl before.
there we
So
go.
what would you turn up in?
Me?
I know. When we were at Leicester, Louis Vuitton handbag,
When we were
Right.
at Leicester, this is...
Georgie
I left
Armani
Leicester-
shoes.
I left Leicester in 2008.
You had a Louis Vuitton
So
bag.
how many years ago was that? 2008?
It was a long time ago.
17 years,
Yeah,
James.
and I remember you bringing a Louis Vuitton bag.
I had a
on
Louis Vuitton bag, yeah.
Yeah, you did.
The old messenger bag.
Yeah, and you had the Georgie Armanis or whatever they were called.
You what?
What would you wear?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, mate, I'm straight. Wear a pair of good cut chinos. Pair of
Good cut chin.
for me. For me.
So tight. Does
Not-
that mean
not tight, but not baggy?
Okay?
The baggy look that's supposedly in fashion now doesn't suit all men.
Okay, so you go well fit chinos.
Oh, pair of trews,
what will be on the
chinos,
trotters?
Louboutins or my Hermes trainers, one or the other.
The what trainers?
Hermes.
Oh, Hermes. Okay,
yeah.
and up top,
T-shirt and an overshirt. That's me.
Bra or
Simple.
no bra?
No bra.
right? Who are we giving it to? A few of the nominees. Damien Willemsen mentioned him. He's fashionable.
Yeah, he does. He looks good.
Yeah.
He looks good. I've gone Danny Kerr. You're not having it, Danny Kerr.
No. Has he retired this year?
I always think DC looks sharp on TV.
Has he retired or not?
He has, yeah. He needs to get the lid done again, but
Man, I'm doing it. You did the last one.
Okay.
Mazola Mapimpi.
okay. Everyone,
Also known as Mazola Mapimpi.
Everyone have a look at his Instagram. Let us know what you think. Basically, Jim's going on interactions here. He looks cool for him.
The
I
people will say.
want you to wear some of these clothes that you think are cool because you would look like a bag of shit.
Okay, I'll make a deal with you. If Mazola Mapimpi posts a picture of this in his house, I'll come dressed as Mazola Mapimpi for one episode.
Live show and a live show.
I'll do a live show. I'll do yellow chinos. Or I might even do the baby blue jeans, ripped, knees hanging out, fucking tendon splitting through the knee because it's fucked.
Right, lads, we're getting towards the business end of these awards now.
Come on then.
So we're going to go with the team of the year, also known as You've Got No Fans.
Got no fans.
Oh, how does that work then? Team of the year, but you've got no fans?
I just wanted to say You've Got No Fans.
Oh, right. So it's basically team of the year.
Yeah.
And just
Well,
say,
all of these teams,
we got fans.
they've all got fans.
Yeah.
But you got no fans.
Well, I know who didn't have many fans.
Oh.
At Leinster in the semi-finals and the quarter-finals. Anyway, let's move on. Of the URC.
Right, let's speed through on Rob. Go.
Saints, terrible Prem season, but they got through the Champions Cup final.
Yeah, not won anything.
Team of the year, yeah. Now I'm
But
hearing it.
England players, British and Irish Lions players, but you
Get a
won
shout
nothing.
out.
You get a shout out. There
Yeah.
you go.
Next up.
That is the shout out.
Bath,
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, they
obviously.
won the treble.
Yeah.
a bit of a wild card. Argentina,
Yeah.
they're up there in the world
And
rankings.
we're going back to November though, right?
Yeah.
So still this season, a long time ago.
Yeah.
They
But
became the first team to beat all three Southern Hemisphere teams, Jim,
They've got some proper
in
players.
the same season.
Yeah, and you forget. Well, I forgot.
When I say
Didn't
the
get that
first
far
team, the
back.
first Argentinian team, obviously.
Yeah.
Bordeaux
Yeah.
won the Champions Cup through to the top 14 semis.
Semis. Yeah, they're through to the semi-finals of the top 14. Played Toulon this weekend.
Looking good.
Great brand of rugby as well.
And lastly, the Springboks. Because there was
Did Jim put that one in?
I did, but I just preempted it.
Did they lose again?
I didn't. I saw it going in there, and I didn't know it was going in. So I texted him and said, "Is it going in?" And he was typing at the
Of
same
course
time.
it is. Yeah.
But they were absolutely ruthless, weren't they, in the rugby championship?
They were.
They've got to be in there.
Mm.
Even though they did get beat by Argentina, but then they came back and smashed them in the second game, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
We've got to think also of teams that are going to really value this, right? Are Argentina getting this and
No.
lobbing it?
They're putting it in the
to the
fire.
Penguins or
No,
not?
they'll put it in the fire because it's wood. They put it in the fire to. What do they do? It's not a braai in Argentina. What do they do? What do they call it?
They eat penguins, do they? Though?
What they,
It's like a barbecue thing.
barbecue a
Isn't
lot.
it?
Do they
don't
eat
they?
penguins in Argentina or
Probably,
not?
James. No, be careful. Be careful. So it's not going to Argentina. Bordeaux.
Yeah.
They've been good.
Mm.
Breaking records.
Do they eat penguins in Argentina? It's important, mate. They must do. They've got loads of penguins there. They've got four species of penguins.
Having loads of penguins in Argentina doesn't mean they eat them, James. It might be
Google that.
Might
Shit.
be illegal.
Google.
Who else you got? Bordeaux, Springboks. Nah, they ain't winning it. They've won enough trophies over the years. Northampton Saints didn't win anything, but did exceptionally well in a one-off game. So it's down to 2, really.
It's hard, isn't it?
You can't just give Bath all the awards. How many have they won? Van Graan won one, didn't he?
Yeah,
Shall I go with my gut feeling?
that's it.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, we could give them 2.
Yeah.
What's 5 called? So they've won the treble. What's 5 things?
Fivesome.
Quintuplet.
Hang on, Ben's shaking.
Yeah.
Do they not eat penguins? Right,
No.
Argentina ain't getting it then. My gut.
Yeah.
What does yours gut say? You're starving.
big. My gut says
You're starving.
What's
Says-
for dinner?
Mine says Bordeaux.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just does.
Yeah.
Just some of the rugby they played. Louis
Off the charts.
BLE.
Yeah. Off the charts, good.
Phenomenal.
Soured by Jefferson Poirot and his throat grab, which we saw the detail. We saw the video.
Yeah, I ain't bothered about that.
Oh, mate, it was. Did you not see the video the other day that was sent to the citing commissioner?
No, I didn't see it.
Oh,
Was it?
What happened?
Yeah, it wasn't great.
Yeah.
Squeezing like you could probably see it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And then he
bad.
apologised, and then he
Oh,
didn't
God.
apologise, and all that. Anyway, well, apart from that, the way Bordeaux played,
It was close between Bath and Bordeaux.
brilliant rugby city.
Let's fly this over to Bordeaux then, shall we?
Let's go.
Oak and Black. Here
Let's
we go.
Here we go.
Bordeaux win Team of the Year.
Right, this next one, we've basically put it in because Fred, the big boss, said, how are we going to get more clicks?
Okay.
So I was like, right, let's divide rugby fans and let's decide who is the best
Well, that's what you
hemisphere.
do. You get more clicks by dividing people, right?
Yeah.
Who's the best South African player ever?
So it's the North v South battle, is it?
In the hemisphere of the season.
Okay.
Yeah. So you've got to factor in.
Is this over all rugby? Because I'm going to break
Yeah.
it down.
Yeah.
What we factoring in? Give us some stuff to factor in.
So you've got to factor in our very strong domestic leagues.
Yes.
So we've got top 14, which
Yeah.
is best league in the world.
Premiership.
Is that North? Is that class as Northern Hemisphere?
Yes.
Where's the hemisphere? And then what's up above
I
that?
know.
So you've got the top 14, Prem,
Yeah.
URC,
Yeah.
all flying.
Yeah.
In comparison, they've only
Champions
got the
Cup.
Champions Cup,
Yeah.
of course. Whereas the South, they've only really got the Super Rugby.
Yeah.
They've had the Rugby Championship. But then,
Yeah.
you got to think like that Springboks team,
It's
a
not a
lot of
World
their
Cup.
lads go and play in Japan. It's
Yeah.
like, who's watching the
Southern
Japanese
Hemisphere, though,
league?
isn't it? Japan.
Yeah, but I mean, how many games have... What's the league even called? The
Top
J
League.
League.
J-League.
J
No, that's
League.
football.
That's
That's-
I'll just put a J
Number
in front.
2 pundit in rugby.
There
Isn't
you
that what it's
go.
called?
Exactly. J. I actually have watched a few, but they also have the Indian League as well. That's really blown
The
up.
what league?
The Indian League. It's really blown up, hey?
Yeah. Well, it's not a
rounds.
World Cup year, and many people from the South will argue that there's only ever been one team that's won the World Cup from the Northern Hemisphere. So the Southern Hemisphere is way better.
I'm saying it. It's the North.
It's the North.
It has to be. Not just because we're here, maybe because it is.
Can I caveat before you?
Okay.
The club game, comfortably the North by a country mile. The international game, based on results and based on basically when South Africa play New Zealand, because that's it.
Because they're fresher.
Yeah,
Or
there we go.
the French
Yeah,
beat the All Blacks.
yeah. Okay, sod it.
See,
I'm
Goodies
biased.
Goodies the same as me. The subconscious says, are France in this? Because we don't have any touch points in France. You know what I
Hang
mean?
on.
It just does.
What do you mean, are France in this? They're in the
I know
Northern
they are, but
Hemisphere,
for us they're not.
James.
But for us, emotionally, the fact that we're even, you shouldn't question it. Look,
No.
look at all the leagues
Well,
up in
just
the
'cause
Northern Hemisphere.
Fabien Galtier doesn't like you.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? There feels like a disconnection
That's
with
the
us
French
in
way, right?
France.
France beat the All Blacks.
Yeah,
England beat France.
yeah. England are the best.
Yeah. Rugby maths.
And no one beats Africa except for Argentina.
And we beat Argentina
When?
in the Rugby World Cup.
2023.
And there's a few other things to throw in the mix. If you were to athletically profile some of the players, you would probably say, or you could say, or you could argue,
Southern Hemisphere.
some unbelievable athletes. I know there's a few of the Fijians that have come this way and absolutely carved up in the Prem in France. But if you're looking at Super Rugby, maybe because the defence aren't that great, but it's deeper than that.
Super touch.
Some of the freaks playing in that comp,
Yeah.
and the Australians as well, the physicality around it. But you have to say, but you know what would be really interesting is a state of the game, North versus South commercially and all of these. Look at me.
Well, commercially,
Business.
North win.
Yeah, I know, but just understanding the kind of dynamics and
Yeah.
how much players are getting paid down there. All of these different things of like understanding the lay of the land when you throw everything in. Fandom, TV, rights deals, how much they're worth, how many people are watching it on TV. Does the championship get more views than the Six Nations? But this is me, the old world rugby that has gone. Should we just say it?
Northern Hemisphere.
Who are we giving it to?
Who represents the
Should we
North?
send it to Fabian?
Who represents the Northern Hemisphere?
I think France.
Andy Farrell.
Andy Farrell.
Andy Farrell.
Andy Farrell.
Andy
There's
Farrell
your man.
represents the
Rob,
North.
take this to Australia, fly it out there when you go, and go and present it to Faz. Big fanfare. Get an iPhone out because that's what we usually use to video stuff. Give it to Faz. He's the man.
That was what. Yeah. If you wanted anyone representing you, it'd be Andy Farrell.
Mm-hmm.
Northern Hemisphere.
Right, the penultimate award,
Oh,
the best player in the world now,
for the whole season.
as of this season, yeah. So discount everything that's gone previously. It has to be on form.
Right now,
Right now.
there's
yeah.
two.
Yeah.
Oh.
We can give a shout out to a few because that's what we do.
I'm going to give a shout out to one.
Go on then.
Dan Sheehan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I knew you were going to say that because we love it. Like he's on fire,
Mm-hmm.
but he's been injured for a lot of the
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
But he's shown how important he is.
I got another
Scores
one.
A load of tries.
Geordie Barrett.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You could say he's the best back in the world because how versatile he is. He could play anywhere, couldn't he?
when he plays rugby, it's standout.
Hmm.
In any game he's played this season for them, his inputs into the game have been standout.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got that try at the weekend.
Should have started him.
Start him in semi. He's probably in the Champions Cup final.
Anyway.
Maybe not. Who knows? We'll never know. Anyone else?
Maro Itoje, England captain, Lions captain. I mean, if you're
Yeah, he's been good.
British and Irish, it doesn't get much bigger honour
And
than
that's
that,
the thing.
does it?
If
He's been good.
I think outside of, we call it Northern Hemisphere, maybe England, British and Irish Isles, people would say Maro Itoje be in the top three.
Mm.
I think people in Southern Hemisphere, Australians, New Zealanders, maybe not the South Africans, because they like their own,
Yeah.
would put Maro Itoje in one of the best players in the world, and he is.
You don't think the South Africans respect him?
I think they've got so many good
That's a no.
players
That is a no. That is a no.
that they would just have that forthright arrogance, and rightly so, back-to-back world champions, that they can do that.
Yeah.
Maro
So-
Itoje, shout out.
He's up there, but I wouldn't put him as the best player in the world.
And then the likes of Peter Steph Totoy, he's playing in Japan and stuff like that, but what he does for South Africa,
And the rugby championship, he was unreal.
and that's what, but I'm looking
Was
at
the
it
Rugby
like
Championship this season or last season? Though? What does it count as?
Well, it's our awards, it doesn't matter, doesn't it? We
last
make the
season.
rules. So
There's two
who's your
stand
two
down.
then? Yeah.
2, 1 South, 1 North.
Oh,
And it's contradictory because I said that French weren't in the North, but they are, but you know what I mean.
yeah.
Let's go, you point, and then we'll go. Oh, we're going to choose the same. Let's go with who we both think is second. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Adi
Surveyor.
Surveyor.
Okay, cool. So we go. Right, so
Well, you don't win player of the Super Rugby tournament in the fashion that he did without being super dominant in that competition, right?
He got MVP for his
early
club.
on as well. The way the voting worked, he got it early on as well. So, Ali Surveyor, very, very, very good. And then there's one other.
Yeah. And
he's
come from the team. He's come from the team of the year.
Yeah, he's won a lot of awards this year.
I wonder how many wingers have ever won an award as prestigious as this as well. You don't often see a winger win an award like this.
There hasn't been. No.
Could be the ultimate for some people. So,
Louis,
BL,
BRA.
Best player in the world.
Yeah, best player in the world. Not just us saying that. Well, there'd be a few people, maybe. But Six Nations Player of the Year, Champions Cup winner, and just stand out when he's played.
Did he win EPCR Player of the Year as well? Or did
Penno won it.
Yeah, because of all the tries.
I thought Louis BRA, what he's done and everything around him has been brilliant. So let's give Anton de Pont a shout out as well.
And Finn Russell.
Yeah, and Finn Russell will do that as well. Finn Russell's been on fire. But yeah, these are a level above. I wonder if Louis takes this or not.
Louis BRA will take that and put it on his fire.
In his fire.
Yeah, on his fire place.
Right, last but not least, it's the one we've actually got here on the table. So it might be worth more because it's the Rugby Pod Awards 2025 winner, Top Lad Award.
The Top Lad Award. You claim that yourself,
No,
Jim?
I've got my hand on it.
Yeah.
That's not for me to say.
Well, I'm not saying it. Top Lad, who we got?
Well, we've got friends of the show.
Yeah.
So we've had a few good guests this year.
Yep.
Rob, who could be perceived as top lads. Who we had on? We've had Finn Smith on.
Finn Smith's class, isn't he? He's like the new wave of rugby players. Like, he's happy to come on. He speaks whenever, come on a pod and do an interview the day after whether he's won or whether he's lost. First start for England. He's a good bloke, top lad.
Yeah. Kellen Doris on the list. He won't.
No, I'll defend Kellen. Kellen wants to come on, but the RFU won't let him.
Yeah.
He was going to come on this week, but he
didn't.
So he can't win because he can't come on.
Yeah.
What about us with Henry Pollock, right? So we're chatting to him just before the Six Nations, and he came on the pod talking about the under-20s. Next thing you know, British and Irish line.
Yeah.
He's got to be up there, hasn't he?
Been on the show.
Yeah. And he's done some good stuff.
Yeah. We've had a few. Junior Kapoku as well.
Oh, he came on and called everyone out.
Calling everyone. Nick Zikwe, Mario Toji.
This is like the reverse though, right? So when we had Henry Pollock come on, we were like, England 20s, hopefully you want to get picked for the test team. He's blown up and he's now British and Irish line. Junior Kapoku's come on, calling out everyone left, right, and centre.
He's talked a good game.
I've not heard anything from him since.
He's talked a good game, though.
He's probably signing for Bedford next year or something.
Yeah, and Finn Russell, I mean, my goodness, what about that at the weekend? We didn't even speak about it on the Rugby Pod, the pass to Journo.
Journo, because dad played and he's a Bath boy through and through.
That's it for me.
He could have scored.
I actually
he could have
forgot
scored that
about
himself, couldn't he?
Could he, though? Was he crowbar?
No,
he was slowing down.
Yeah, he was getting there.
You know what?
5 guys were weighing him down.
Go through some shout-outs. I'm giving this to one person.
Yeah. It's close between, for me, it's close between the two Finns. And there's good people, Tommy Freeman as well.
Celebrations, yeah, which is top lad to be able to do that.
Alfie Barbary just for the comedy at the end.
Yeah,
like as he looked at himself in the mirror and gone, "Yeah, me in speedos with white socks and black shoes, just strolling through Bath." But when you've had a few beers and you've got a med around your neck, who cares? So Alfie Barbary gets a shout out for just the ridiculousness of that. But for me, he's only one winner.
I'll let you do it. Might come across as bias.
Yeah, the Top Lad Award for 2024-2025 from the Rugby Pod goes to Finn Russell.
Yeah.
Dan
Bigger wouldn't have given it to him. Luckily, it's our pod, so we can.
It is, yeah. So, everything Finn does, he's had a great year. And he's always got a smile on his face, and he's just a good bloke, isn't he? Yeah. So, Top Lad Award.
Amen.
Do you think he's going to display that on his...
I think he would. I think Finn is a man of the people, and we are a podcast of the people, and I think he will see real value in that, and it's made in Scotland.
Definitely. That's why we give it to him.
Well, we'll post those out to the winners, and we'll put the pictures, if they accept them, on the socials this week.
Are you posting them to their rugby club addresses, or have you gone full stalk?
I mean, most of these are going to the Lions, right? So you're going into camp. That's commitment. If you take these into camp, Rob, we'll see how much this job means to you.
Yeah. What I might do is I might offload this task to Isaac.
That's fine. Delegation is the first part of leadership, apparently.
There you go. Good stuff. There
Cheers,
are
boys.
all the winners. of the Rugby Pod Awards 24-25.
Alrighty. Thank you, everyone. And thank you to all the winners.
I hope my Pimpy. But that's all I hope for now. My Pimpy posts a picture of this and Jim's coming dressed like my Pimpy. My Pimpy!
My Pimpy. Right, thank you to all the listeners as normal for bearing with us. But it's not over. This is just the start. We've got more episodes coming out over the British and Irish Lions tour. And next, basically, we're carrying on.
Basically,
just
2 months. There's still 2 months to go, James.
There is, yeah.
Load of ruggies to talk about. The Lions, the Irish Lions, the British and Irish Lions, Rob's run over in Australia, a couple of holidays in between, but mainly the Lions and the Rugby Pod Awards. Thanks,
Of course,
everyone.
yeah,
And
thank
congrats
you.
to all the winners.
Yeah, and you know the drill by now. And if you've come this far, you clearly like us. So make sure you've subscribed to all the channels, YouTube, all the social channels, but the main one, and we're sat here today, and it's cool as... What is it?
Spotify.
Rugby Spot.
Spotify, pod.